So good afternoon, how are you? Good? Well, it's a real pleasure to be with you and an honor to speak with all of you here today on behalf of the Ford Technology Company. I know you probably thought you were invited a car company to speak, but today, however, Ford customers are being served by more than a car company. As evidence, consider that even through a Geneva Motor Show is happening right now, today, and all new Ford vehicles are being showcased there, we felt it was important to be right here with all of you at a conference on technology. It makes sense because technology and innovation are what set Ford apart around the world, and that is especially true here in Europe. At Ford, we have always believed that the intelligent application of technology can help us deliver the very best customer experience and contribute to a better world. It is all part of our One Ford plan to better leverage the company's global product and manufacturing strengths and serve our customers with a full family of vehicles, all leading their segments in quality, fuel efficiency, safety, really smart design, and of course, the very best value. Each and every one of these vehicle attributes depends on technology, and that is why we challenged ourselves to reinvent our products and our company to deliver affordable, purposeful, class-leading technologies in every vehicle we build. Think of this as a democratization of technology. We are leveraging our global scale so we can provide every Ford owner with such a rich ownership experience that they can not only see themselves driving a Ford vehicle, they are also excited to tell their friends. There is no better example than our small cars, including our successful Ford Fiesta and our all-new Ford Focus, both of which were largely designed and engineered for the world here in Cologne, Germany, by the Ford team that knows small cars best. For Ford Focus, we will offer 5 new models, along with 5 other vehicles built off the very same global platform, such as the Ford C-Max. The lineup will also include electrified vehicles, the Ford C-Max Hybrid, the Ford C-Max Energy Plug-in Hybrid, and the Ford Focus Electric, all joining our Ford Transit Connect electric vehicle, which is on sale in North America and coming later this year to Europe. It all adds up to 10 different vehicles to be sold in 120 different markets around the world, representing at least 2 million units per year worldwide. The Ford Focus is being built for Europe at our Saarlouis plant and is now arriving in our Ford stores. This vehicle represents the very best of our One Ford, and it shows what an important role our teams and facilities in Germany are playing in our global success. Today, we are going to talk about some of the technologies that make the Ford Focus such a compelling choice for our customers, starting with the global introduction of the world's best voice-activated connectivity system, one that offers a smarter, safer, and simpler way to connect drivers with in-car technologies and their digital lives. We call it Ford Sync. Ford Sync provides a seamless integration of multiple electronic devices, allowing drivers to make hands-free calls and control music and other functions with simple voice commands safely and easily while keeping our hands on the wheel and our eyes on the road. Combined with the new My Ford Touch driver interface, Sync offers an unmatched in-car experience. Sync was initially developed in conjunction with our partners at Microsoft. Since bringing Sync to the United States, it has become the leading in-car connectivity system on the market. Our customers absolutely love it, more than 3 million customers so far, and we are confident that our European customers will love it as well. And while other automakers offer some similar features, only Ford offers a holistic, integrated user experience, like Sync with My Ford Touch. And only Ford can offer such powerful voice recognition technology, and only Ford offers such a highly capable in-car Wi-Fi system. And our 8-inch touchscreen rivals those found in luxury vehicles. Plus, we do all of this by giving customers the opportunity to bring their own devices into the vehicle, rather than relying on embedded solutions. And Sync allows for a level of ongoing upgradability that only Ford can provide. Sync is coming to Europe next year, starting with the all-new Ford Focus, and then reaching other models over the coming years. By 2015, we expect to have nearly 2 million Sync-equipped Ford vehicles on the roads of Europe. Of course, this is not the first Ford connectivity technology to reach the European markets. Many Ford cars in Europe have featured systems such as Converse Plus. Some of you may be wondering how Sync will change the experience. The answer is going to reinvent your experience. To give you a taste of Sync's capabilities, we have with us today one of the members of the talented team who played a leading role in designing and developing it. Please welcome user interface design engineer, Jason Johnson. Jason?
Yeah.
Have fun.
Great, thank you, sure will. Thank you, Alan. I'm delighted to be here at CeBIT on behalf of our global Ford Focus team to offer you some insight into Ford connectivity technology. Alan has already given you an introduction to what Sync is, so I'm going to show you what some of the things that Sync can do. First, a quick tour of the interface. While the primary interface for Sync is voice control, the My Ford Touch interface uses a combination of five-way pads on the steering wheel and controls on the touchscreen to access many vehicle functions. Here on the instrument cluster, there's a 4.2-inch LCD display. This offers a variety of functions the driver can select using the left control pad on the steering wheel. This enables the driver to monitor vehicle information, manage vehicle settings, view navigation route guidance, and even choose eco mode for guidance on driving more efficiently. Let's take a look at the unique touchscreen and note how everything is mapped out in a logical way. Color-coded corners help the driver view and control settings for entertainment, phone, navigation, and of course, climate control. Drivers will easily master which corner brings up the features that they want. You just touch anywhere within the corner to bring up all the function controls for each. You'll note how the functions and settings are organized with menu layering for quick access, and you can personalize the most relevant information to minimize driver distraction. Owners can customize the screen so that it features the controls and shortcuts they use the most, or set up the display to suit their own needs. For example, here's my wife's home screen. All she wants to see is a picture of our son, Langston. And here's mine. I like to have everything at my fingertips, so my screen is a little more active than most. But for quicker access, for your personalized settings, the programmable buttons on the lower right corner of the steering wheel give you direct access to favorite shortcuts on the center stack screen. Now, as Alan mentioned, Sync provides device connectivity and control, and that all begins with the media hub in the center console. It includes RCA jacks for audio and video, an SD card slot for navigation software and updates, as well as photos and music, and 2 USB ports for connecting an MP3 player, installing Sync software updates, and powering your mobile Wi-Fi hotspot. And yes, I did say mobile Wi-Fi hotspot. It's the best you'll find in any car, and it will be available in our affordable Focus. If you have a compatible USB modem or a smartphone with Bluetooth tethering capability, all of your passengers can get online while you're on the move. But the real convenience factor that separates Sync far from other connectivity systems is the voice recognition capability, which, thanks to our partners at Nuance, is the best in the world. Plenty of features, plenty of flexibility, but how does it all work together to make life a little bit easier? Let me show you. Let's say it's Friday night, I'm driving home from work, and I want to start my weekend off right by playing the favorite band on my iPod. My iPod's already plugged in to the USB port, so all I have to do is press the voice button on the steering wheel.
Please say a command.
And say, play artist Blazing Laser.
Playing artist Blazing Laser.
So as you can see, Sync accesses the Grace Note database to pull up album cover art for my song. You guys heard that tone? It just means I received a text message. Rather than reaching for my BlackBerry, I can have Sync read the message, just read the message to me, just by pressing the voice button.
Please say a command.
Listen to text message.
Message 1, Hi honey, I worked really hard today. It would be great not to have to cook tonight. Hint hint, happy smiley.
So, as you heard, Sync can read popular texting shorthand phrases from all over the world, such as HDL in German, TTFN, Tata for now, for our friends in the UK, or laughing out loud, popular in the United States and many other countries. It can also read popular emoticons like the happy smiley face that you heard at the end of my wife's message. So, my wife wants to go out to dinner. I could use Sync to respond to her with 15 predefined written text messages, but instead I'll just give her a call.
Please say a command.
Call Aisha.
Calling Aisha at home.
Hello?
Hi, it's me. I just got your text. Did you have a restaurant in mind?
No, but I thought you could use that Michelin guide feature you've been talking so much about.
You know what? That's a great idea. I'll give you a call back. Bye. So, as Aisha just mentioned, one of Sync's most exciting features is the Michelin guide. The Michelin guide has long been a definitive guide for traveling and dining in Europe, and now it will be all available through Sync. Since Aisha and I are new to the Cologne area, we certainly can use some help finding our way around. So all I have to do to access the Michelin guide is say, find a restaurant, or even, I'm hungry.
And where would you like to search? Nearby or in a town?
Nearby.
Say a line number.
4. I can even view restaurant pictures and read a description of the food and the atmosphere when I'm not driving. Then I can easily use Sync's navigation features to find my way there. So in addition to the Michelin guide, our navigation partners include Navtech for map data and Telenav, our global supplier for navigation routing. As you can see, Sync offers a lot of capability. It's easy to use, and it helps drivers keep their hands on the wheel and their eyes on the road. But I only use Sync in English, so how well does it work in other languages? Incredibly well. Sync will launch in Europe and Asia with 19 languages and about 10,000 first-level voice commands for those languages. So that means Sync is flexible. All of the command options make it easy to find a phrase that you and Sync are both comfortable with. So you saw how I use Sync to search for a restaurant. To give you another example, when you want to warm up the car, you can say make it warmer, or you can say increase temperature, whichever feels most natural for you. And this is all the response of a global effort, including our teams for the Research and Engineering Center in Merkenich near Cologne, led by Chief Engineer Christoph Kellervessel, and our Ford Center of Excellence in Aachen. No one offers a connectivity solution as powerful as this. And the best news is the experience will even get better over time, thanks to our competitive advantages in universal connectivity and upgradability. Most in-car connectivity platforms feature an embedded solution, but Sync is different. We wanted Sync to keep pace with the rapid advancement of consumer electronics and be flexible and upgradable in order to remain useful to customers as long as they own their vehicles. That's why Sync is an open platform. It leverages the user's Bluetooth phone for connectivity rather than an embedded device. That means Sync will always be as capable as the user's device, even when the user trades up for a new phone or a new MP3 player. Another way Sync helps us to keep pace with the consumer electronics industry is its upgradability. Like any type of computer software or a smartphone, we are able to periodically release upgrades to our customers that they can download and install themselves. That means we can continue to make Sync more and more capable over time and always ensure that it's compatible with the newest devices. And we're doing all of this for our customers without requiring a subscription or a monthly fee. So that's just a brief taste of what Sync can do for our customers. But Sync is not the only technology in the new focus. I'll turn it back over to Alan to tell you about a few more exciting technologies. Alan?
Thanks, Jason. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thank you.
I think you can also see that we're using Jason's entire family for developing the Sync and My Ford Touch. Very cute family. Jason pointed out the Sync's voice-activated capabilities help keep drivers' eyes on the road and their hands on the wheel. And a recent survey of our North American customers shows that more than 70% of Ford Sync owners use voice control for safety while driving. And after experiencing Sync, more than 80% of our customers would recommend it to their friends. Sync really makes a difference. Clearly, technology with a purpose is a priority for us, and that is certainly true of every vehicle we build, including the new Ford Focus. Did you know that the Ford Focus is equipped with lasers, cameras, ultrasonic sensors, and radar? These technologies are all dedicated to improving the Ford Focus ownership experience. Here are just a few highlights, starting with our class-leading Active City Stop feature. Front-end collisions in slow-moving traffic are among the most common accidents. Active City Stop helps drivers avoid such accidents by using LiDAR technology to continually monitor their distance from the vehicle ahead. If that vehicle slows or stops quickly, Active City Stop pre-charges the brakes to help the driver stop. And if the driver does not react in time, the brakes are applied automatically. The Ford Focus also offers lane keeping aid, which uses a front view camera to detect unintended lane departures. If lane departure is likely, it supports the driver with a temporary steering intervention to keep the vehicle from drifting out of the lane. If the driver ignores or overrules the intervention, another very important feature is activated, lane keeping alert. This creates a distinct vibration in the steering wheel itself to warn the driver to take action. And that is not all. How helpful would it be to have a car that reads road signs? The Ford Focus does that too, with its traffic sign recognition feature. It reads speed limits and other signs and displays the information on the instrument cluster. Here's another feature that makes life even more convenient, Active Park Assist, which helps drivers parallel park with minimal effort. It detects parking spaces, measures them, and tells you when to stop, when to reverse, and it handles the steering for you, all at the touch of a button. Only Ford brings you cars like the Ford Focus, equipped with useful technology like this. And this is just the beginning. As Jason explained, Sync's universal connectivity and upgradability allow us to continue to make our customers' driving experiences even better for as long as they own their vehicles. Let me tell you about a couple of smart features we are working on right now, especially for our European customers. The first is called Emergency Assistance, a Sync app that will take a whole new approach to notifying European emergency operators in the event of an accident. Emergency Assistance will use an integrated GPS model along with map data and cell tower information from the user's phone to identify exactly where in Europe the accident has taken place. If triggered by airbag deployment or a fuel pump shutoff, Emergency Assistance will place a call directly to 112, which is available in all EU countries and many others in the region. When the emergency operator answers, it will communicate real-time, location-specific information in the language the operator is most likely to speak, based on the site of the accident. Here is how it will work. If a German owner gets into an accident in France, Sync will tell the occupant something like this.
Ein Notruf wird abgesetzt. Sync wird zuerst mit der Notrufzentrale sprechen, ehe die Leitung geöffnet wird. Bitte warten.
If the driver does not stop Sync from making the call, the system will then dial emergency services directly. The driver does not need to know what emergency number to call. Sync handles that. And the system works even if the driver is unable to speak, based on location data. Sync knows that the customer is in France, so this is what the emergency operator will hear.
Attention, un accident est survenu avec un véhicule de marque Ford. Les coordonnées GPS vont être envoyées. Vous pourrez ensuite communiquer avec les occupants du véhicule. Les coordonnées GPS sont latitude 4, 8, virgule.
How about that? This translation capability is an industry first and a game-changing technology for our customers. We expect Emergency Assistance to be the best system of its kind in Europe. It will be the only system that calls the emergency operator directly rather than risk losing precious time by first routing through a call center, and then provides key information to the emergency operator, even if he or she does not speak the same language as the customer. While Europe's leading emergency call service supports 14 countries with their own call center, ours will support more than 30 countries because it utilizes the existing infrastructure. That means it will provide more than double the coverage of our competitors with an informative, direct call and bring increased peace of mind to our customers. Best of all, while other services are subscription-based, emergency assistance services will be offered at no charge to all of our Sync customers, and it will remain free of charge for them and for successive owners as well. We are now working with key organizations such as the European Emergency Number Association to refine this technology, and we're already testing it with several emergency operator offices in Europe as part of the updatable Sync platform. Emergency assistance will be very versatile and will even accommodate future legislative guidelines, including any e-call legislation that may be introduced by the European Commission. This emergency assistance feature is just one more way Ford is democratizing technology for the good of our customers. Another innovation we are developing is called AppLink. We know customers are using smartphone apps while driving. For example, using internet radio apps to listen to music. That trend is going to grow as more apps become available and more customers become dependent on them for news, entertainment, and information. However, as we know, using handheld devices while driving is unsafe and in many countries illegal. So, what if we could enjoy using our favorite apps while driving without ever touching our smartphones? That is what AppLink is all about. And it is free, downloadable application of Sync that will let our customers control smartphone apps on iPhone, BlackBerry, and Android devices using voice commands. We recently launched AppLink in North America as a free Sync download with Pandora Internet Radio as one of our first partners for that market. We are now actively seeking new partners to offer similar apps for our European customers. Our Ford Sync Application Program Interface, or API, makes it easy to configure apps to work with Sync. Our first partners had working Sync-enabled apps ready for demonstration within 3 days of receiving it. If you are an app developer, we would love to talk with you and share ideas about apps that could be a great fit for AppLink when it rolls out in Europe. Ford customers are clearly being served by more than a car company. They are also being served by a technology company. And in many ways, the automobiles we build are more than automobiles, the same way a smartphone is clearly more than a phone. In fact, you could say that a Ford vehicle, like the new Ford Focus, is the ultimate mobile device. Going forward, we will continue to explore new ways to make vehicles higher quality, greener, safe, smarter, and more enjoyable to own and to drive. And in the spirit of One Ford, we will make those innovations affordable for everyone. At Ford, we are all about you and the technologies that enhance your life. And we want you to absolutely feel the Ford difference. We are thrilled to be a part of CeBIT this year, and we thank you so much for having us. And Jason, will you mind coming out and joining in, and we'll be glad to take a few of your questions. Thank you very much.
Yeah, great.
Thank you very much. And I take a look to the audience. Is anybody here who wants to ask a question? Yeah, back
hi.
there, behind the camera.
Hi. I'm just wondering, as the car kind of develops into almost like a mobile device or a technology product, how do you see the car growing from here in the future? What will it look like?
Well, I think it's really an interesting question because I think we're seeing the future today. And in Ford's case, we really made a strategic decision to separate out the development of the consumer electronics capability from the car itself. And as you know, we pretty much firewall all the systems on the car. And of course, that cycle is a little bit slower than the consumer electronics. We also made a strategic decision that what we wanted to focus on was helping drivers be better drivers. And so we know that we have done all these different things in cars, as we know. And so what we're committed to is removing the distractions by having that very simple, efficient user interface with voice activation. And I can remember when we started out, we had maybe 100 commands, Jason? Right. And with nuanced communications, we were able to move that up to over 10,000 commands. And I think within the next year and a half, 2 years, it's almost going to be a seamless voice conversation that you're having with your digital world. And all of our data says that if you keep your hands on the wheel, maybe 5-position consumer electronic controllers, and your eyes on the road, you make a significant improvement in reducing distraction and safety, and yet you're still connected to your digital world. And we also found that we don't want to have separate lives, and we want to be able to move around with our devices. They're going to get more and more capable. So we've separated those two out and let the consumer electronics really move at the pace they do, and then we tap into that interface and help the drivers have access to it, but also they're better drivers.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We have a question back there, please.
Hello, my name is Luca D'Ambrogio from IHS. I have just a small question. You said that basically emergency assistance will be integrated in Sync, if I understood correctly. When do you see this will be deployed? So when will this be available in Ford cars in Europe?
For emergency assistance.
Correct,
specifically?
yeah.
Jason?
Yes, 2012, when Sync rolls out, we'll roll out with the emergency assistance feature.
You know what's fantastic? I think Jason mentioned it, but we're going to have this capability in 19 different languages around the world, 9 different languages in Europe, and also when you receive your car, you'll have the 4 most likely languages that you're going to utilize built into the car directly. So I think it's going to be an exciting rollout in 2012 with the new Focus.
We have a question back there. Yes.
Yeah, a friend of mine just bought a new nice convertible, and it wasn't for the convertible, but for the user interface that she bought it. And my question basically to you is, how far will the user interface help to make this buying decisions? I mean, the reasons to buy are about to change, and you're betting on this, right?
Absolutely. It is a reason to buy. And just to give you a little bit of data about that, when we look at we operate everywhere around the world, and when we look at the customer wants and needs, what they really want today, they're really coming together around 4 major pillars. One is, no matter what size vehicle, they want the very best quality. 2, they want the best fuel efficiency and the lowest CO2 in that class. They also want it to have the latest safety technology. And the 4th one that's moving up is they want really smart design that lets them have an integrated one life, kind of like one Ford. And of course with Ford, the extra thing you get is because of our scale and the fact that we use all of our intellectual capability around the world, that we can provide these technologies and more than our competition with affordability, which was Henry's original vision. And to give you a little bit more information about the fact that people are selecting now Ford based on these 4 pillars, and especially the smart design, is that 80% of the vehicles in the United States, we've been doing this for about 3 years on Sync, 80% of the vehicles that are purchased, they purchase a My Ford and Sync with it. And 80% of them, when you interview them later, are recommended it to their friends. So we know now that it is a reason to buy, and especially that's why we put all this capability first in the smaller size vehicles. So as people started to move into getting their first car, most of those are in smaller vehicles. And that's why nobody wants cheap and cheerful for a small vehicle. They want the same quality, fuel efficiency, CO2, safety, and smart design no matter what the vehicle size. So if it's a car, a Fiesta, or a Focus, or a Mondeo, or a Fusion, or whether you're in an F-150, truck that you can live in and pull your house behind it simultaneously, they want exactly those 4 pillars. So it's a reason to buy now. And also it's why we chose we made a big deal about not embedding the capability like many of our competitors have done, because we would never keep up with the consumer electronics, and we want the consumer to get a chance to decide how they want to live their life. We provide that nice, seamless, voice-activated interface.
I would like to take a question from the wall, which is our big issue here today, and of course CeBIT in general. How is Ford working towards cloud technology? Who would like to answer that
Well,
question?
the cloud is the cloud. And of course, what that means is that computing information is ubiquitous, and the computing is going to be done in lots of different servers around the world. You want to give a little share?
Sure,
of
I'll
perspective?
give some examples in the United States with traffic directions and information. So with Sync, we're using your Bluetooth-enabled phone more than for phone calls and streaming Bluetooth audio, but providing connected to the services delivery network. So traffic's directions and information, and also we're able to send a vehicle health report back to the server. So now, as we expand Sync in Europe, we're looking for technology partners to expand those services to Europe as well. So it answers also the question, why are we here at CeBIT? We're here, and as Alan invited, to meet with all of the application developers and services providers, and we have some representatives from the 14 here to gather some more information. So.
Which is another reason, back to your question, that we wanted to have a seamless interface and not have it embedded, because the computing is going to continue to move to smaller devices, but also the computing is going to continue to move to the big servers that are in the cloud.
Thank you very much.
Wait a minute, just a second. I just want to say that we have some great choices for you. I'll be right outside to take your automobile orders. Small, medium, or large, cars, utilities, and trucks. Best in class. Ford, drive one. Feel the difference.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Thank you.